Wow, 19 is a lot of months. There've been some really great ones. Oh my god, it's been 5 months. When did that happen?
Probably about 5 months ago, I reckon.
Well, have a good year everyone. Happy New Year, Holly. Pretty sure you were my favorite streamer out there, so thank you for all the laughs. I hope I see an animal today, smile.
This is an animal.
Happy New Year. May we all survive whatever new chaos it deals us. Six rats drinking champagne and sitting on fireplace. They're following me. I'm going to turn it into a lucky number in 2022. This is my power. Hotly 18. Good lord. Playing Risk of Rain 2 right now. Very good so far. Hoo. Happy New Year, Xbox.
Happy New Year, Usher.
Month of 7. Happy New Year, Holly. Thanks for streaming. Six months of Holly. Thank you for the streams and all the fun this year. Happy New Year. Final PIcross. What the heck? Happy 16 New Year's. Let's get it all in the next. Peace and love. One whole year and a half. Wow, amazing. Happy New Year to all. Hey, wait a minute, that's almost 20 months. That's twice as many as 10, wowie.
That's true?
I think the PIcross will be a turtle.
God, I hope so.
Type Bobo in chat to enter the world of devils. Bobo. "19 is a little more than a year, which doesn't match with what we're celebrating, but thanks for being wonderful this entire 12 months, heart." World of Bobo. I'm so glad you're doing good and we're ready for PIcross. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I hope we get to see a little guy.
Here's a little guy for you.
Hell yes, last PIcross of 2021. Your presentation convinced me to try FF14 and I'm nearly done with HW already. Curse of MMO be upon me. Happy New Year's, Pro PIcross tip, the Konami code does nothing to help. Oh boy, I'm so excited to see squares and colors. What? Is today special or something? Huh?
I mean, I had soup for dinner. I guess that's kind of special.
Holly tones, bro. Holly tones, bro.
Hi! How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Hope the day's been good to you so far. Thank you, Rose Dairy, for that 3-month resub. Appreciate that. It is Friday, December 31st, 2021. I stumbled for a second because I was like, it is still 2021, right? 2022 is next year. That's soon, but not yet, right? I feel like always around this time of a year, I fail to remember what the actual year number is. It's the last day, and so that means it's time for the last PIcross of the year. So we're gonna do that. Hope you've all had a good one so far. Hope you're looking forward to later. Thank you, Local Disaster Risk, for the 13-month resub. I appreciate that.
Happy 4th of January.
Because later, around 8 Eastern, which is in like an hour and a half, Scorpy's doing his big ol' New Year's show. I have something that I made for that. And so I'll be raiding folks on over to his stream when that begins. But until then...
A new year? They keep making those? Golly.
That's what I'm saying! It's ridiculous! Every goddamn day I get up and they tell me, hey, did you hear? They're making another year again. And it's like, come on now. Can't they think of something different for once? Thank you for the
Soup is
resub.
good. I believe I shall make soup tomorrow.
Thank you, Proger and Math, for the resub as well. I appreciate that. But yeah, until then, we're going to do the final PIcross of the year. I figured it'd be a nice way to hang out and chat for a bit. If you like what we do here, you want to support the stream, you got options, you know. You can subscribe, reoccurring monthly fee, gets you some fun little emotes you can use. You can give out gift subs so that other folks get to enjoy the benefits. Can I please read all the pages on the Deltarune wiki? No, I'm not interested. Unless you want to pay me an absorbent amount of money to do that, but that would not be today. You know, you can subscribe, you can give out gift subs, you can do bits. That's all money that gets added to my monthly Twitch payout. Thank you, Jace!
Time smile.
For that 4-month resub, I appreciate that. Or you can tip directly through Streamlabs and PayPal. Like, I think this one coming up right now, from Tetsukabra.
Happy Frog. Woof. I got you a rock.
Thank you so much. I've never been happier. And thank you, Modern Magica, for the 18-month resub. I appreciate that.
Thanks so much for a great year of streams. Smile, can't wait.
Hey, hell yeah.
Final PIcross.
Neither can I. Any and all financial support, you know, very greatly appreciated. This is, my job. Thank you, Afe, for the 18 months. Do really appreciate that.
Yippee.
Yippee! And you know, financial support's never mandatory. Don't ever feel like you gotta. You're under no obligation to. Thank you, Friendly Frankenstein. My good friend Frankie. For that 20 months.
PIcross for the new year.
Yahoo! Thank you very much. I appreciate that, dude. So, you know, never feel pressured to, never feel obligated to, or anything like that. But, you know, this is my job. It is a source of income for me. And the very generous support of users like you is a part of, you know, why I'm able to keep paying off bills and being alive, because you need money to be alive. So, if, you know, anything we've ever done here has ever brought you any amount of joy, it's ever made your life better, even in some small kind of way, and you've got the means to pitch it forward, as it were, you know, consider tossing a couple bones my way if you've got them to spare, I suppose. Other ways you can help the stream that don't involve money, you know, share tweets about it, tell a friend. If there's any moments from the stream you like, you can always take a clip and share that around, stuff like that. And you know, if you like what we're doing here, you got the time, you can always tune in. That's support in its own way. So thank y'all very much for taking time out of your presumably fairly busy New Year's Eve to spend it here with us. I appreciate that. Let's get going. That's $50 fucking from Beetle Buddy. Jesus Christ.
Thanks for the year of streams. Thanks to you, I actually did one of my final papers on hypnospace.
Oh, hell yeah!
Thanks for that.
Dang, that's very generous of you. I really appreciate that. That's really neat. As far as, that's another.
It's 2000 and dead.
Thank you, Star, for $50. Not quite right, but the spirit is there. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Very, very generous. I'm a little flustered now. Thank you, Game Slayer, for the 19 months. Appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. What do you mean? It's 2008? No. It's 2014.
Happy New Year. There is a friendship among us.
Thank you for the tips. But yeah, as far as, like, you know, games what you could write a paper about, I think Hypnospace is a really, really bang-up choice, so hell yeah. Congrats on writing that. It's PIcross. You know it, you love it, that's right. Thank you, Superhuman Foods, which is a very good name.
I don't know how to tip on my phone. Happy New Year's 1999.
I'm not sure how you really do that through, like, Streamlabs and stuff, but hey, you know, bits and subs work, so thank you very much. Did I ever finish Hypnospace? Nope. I took, like, a bit of a break from it, and then depression kind of kicked my ass, and I didn't really want to get back to it right away, because I was just kind of like, I don't want to do anything. You know, when you've got a job, thank you, Pixel Android, for the 5 months. Appreciate that.
The months really fly by. Hope things are well, and here's to another wonderful year. Holly Tones love.
Things recently have definitely been better than they have been for what feels like the entire month, so that's good at least. Thank you, Cheshire Spy, for the 11 months.
Happy 2000 and something.
Thank you very much, I appreciate that. But yeah, it turns out when you've got a job that, you know, is all about you, performing and presenting yourself and things like that, sorry, I was filling in numbers for a second. When you've got a career like that and depression comes a knock and it's like, oh, huh, yeah, that makes it incredibly hard to, like, want to, you know, put on a show, doesn't it? So, I sort of took a break, from basically from streaming, more or less, for most of the month. I'm gonna get back to it soon. I mean, definitely in 2022. I can't commit to an exact date just because, like, I'm not really super sure what Stream Plans is gonna be for next week. Just because the new raid tier for FF14 comes out, and I'm part of a raid static now with some friends, so I'm gonna be doing that, and I don't really want to stream that. And then, like... Oh, fuck. Okay, that's $100. Jesus! I thought I heard, like, something crackling, and I was like, what the fuck is happening with my audio? It was you! It was you! I guess I can keep talking while that's going. Yeah, new raid stuff's coming out. I'm excited for that, but I don't really want to stream it. Just because that would, you know, fiddle with my game performance and also my ability to concentrate on scary video game mechanics happening. And so, you know, obviously that'll cut into stream time a bit. And then I think that weekend, this first weekend of January is when, I mean, not this one, but, like, I suppose the one after this coming Saturday and Sunday is when GDQ starts, and I'm gonna want to watch that. So I'll be streaming a couple of things next week, but I can't really commit to, like, what exactly yet. Oh, hang on. I just got an emergency alert on my phone. It's talking about curfew stuff. Okay, to help with COVID relief efforts. My god, it is like fucking audio overload right now between my phone fucking buzzing at me and also this.
Hey, but what if Cranky Kong is back? Happy New Year's.
I'm not really sure what you mean by back. He never left. He's been here this whole time. But thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. And thank you,
Thanks to
Matcha
Pat
Riddle, I
Talk you
believe.
gave on a
Or
stream
Mecha
a
Riddle,
while
rather.
back. I was inspired to ask out my current partner.
Hey, hell yeah!
We have been dating for almost a year now, so I can finally confirm that love is real. Have
Fuck
a
yeah.
spectacular 2022 smile.
You truly love to hear it. Thank you for the tip, I appreciate it.
Thank you for being super cool and mega awesome. You and the others have made my year very fun and give me lots of joy. I hope you have a good day, smile heart.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. And thank you, I'm Dizzy Bell, for the 14-month resub.
Merry 2020.
It is the millionth year. I keep trying to get a word in, and then people keep giving me money, which I appreciate. But it does make it a bit hard for me to hold conversation.
Donations was a Donomia donation.
Thank you, Ghost of Christmas Future, for the tip. I appreciate it. By the time I'm gonna get back to whatever thought I was thinking of, it's not gonna be relevant anymore. What a terrible burden. Yeah, I mean, as far as problems go, I suppose it's a pretty good one to have. Thank you, catnap.biz, for the gift subs. I appreciate that. And thank you, Sandwich, for the 20-month resub.
Have money.
Very forward, very to the point. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thank you, Stellar Yeller, for the 15 months.
My favorite part about this year was learning what PIcross was. My life is much better now thanks to you and Puzzle.
Yippee! PIcross is fun. I'm glad I get to share that with folks. And thank you for the resub. I appreciate that. Thank y'all very... Oh, here's another one. Speak of the fucking devil. Thank you, Ravpon, for the 12-month resub. I appreciate it. Thank y'all a whole hell of a lot for all the subs and tips and the like. I was trying to think of the right way to put this because I don't want to, like, word this in a way where it makes my situation sound more dire than it is, because, like, it's not, and that's largely in part due to the support of folks like you. Thank you, Stardust Wishes, for the 18 months. Appreciate that.
Yo, it's PIcross.
It is. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And you know, because of, like, the aforementioned... Here's another, never mind.
Happy birthday to the world. I think that's what New Year's is like.
Kind of. It's when, the baby Jesus evolved into the Hyper Jesus, I think. I didn't read the Bible very much.
You deserve a great New Year, so have my money and eat a food and maybe drink a water.
Thank you, Panda Person, for the tip. I do appreciate that. But yeah, you know, because of the aforementioned, bout with, like, some real bad depression coming up, I, like, basically didn't stream this month. I think I did maybe 3 or 4 streams, in all of December. Maybe 5? Maybe this is 5? I've lost count. That's not important. It's not been a lot. And, you know, it, like... There's the worry in the back of my head of, like, oh god, I'm not doing, you know, my job, I'm not making, you know, more money, I need that to live, and, you know, it's not like, again, I don't want to make it sound, like, more dire than it actually is. I don't want to, like, guilt trip people into, like, making them feel like, oh god, I have to give you my money because you're in trouble. I'm not. And, like, that is basically entirely, because of, you know, y'all's very generous support, throughout, this whole year, basically. And so, you know, because of that, I was able to, take the time off that I needed and, like, not be in dire financial straits or nothing like that. You know, but even then, there's still that worry in the back of your head, you know? Because that's the anxiety talking. So, you know, in the face of that, I suppose what I'm trying to say is just you know, appreciate, your generosity, not just tonight, I mean, I do appreciate it tonight because, I was not expecting any of what just transpired. But, you know, I also just appreciate folks, tipping, you know, just throughout the year and subbing and stuff and tuning in and all that.
You used your paid vacation time at the end of the year, same as the rest of us.
Yeah, I suppose. I suppose that's kind of a way to think about it, isn't it? Thank you. I missed who that was from. It was from... hang on, I just tabbed over to the page to check it out. Just refreshed for some reason. Thank you, Astral Thunder, for the 5-month resub.
Thanks for bringing so much light into my life.
Oh, that's kind of you to say. I'm just small potatoes, but I appreciate the sentiment all the same. And thank you, Seymour the Llama, for the tip and for that message. I do appreciate that. But yeah. It's, I'm trying to think of the words I want to say, other than just, I don't know, thank you. Which I've said like 80 million times so far this stream.
Third team. Happy New Year, Holly, and here's hoping for a better 2022.
Thank you, not always, Carlos. Appreciate that. 13 months. Thank you, Kuhaya, for the $20.
2022. Him from future, hell yeah.
Hey, hell yeah!
Thank you so much for all the wonderful content, Holly.
Hey, thank you, for liking the things that me and my friends do, and for, you know, helping make this little corner of the internet, a little more nice, I suppose. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. So, you know, aside from the thank you very much sort of platitudes, I suppose what I'm trying to say is just, I don't know, it feels good to sort of be back into the swing of things. Even if it is just, in a little sort of way right now. Thank you, Superhuman Foods, for the 3 months, I appreciate that. Also, it turns out there's a lot of shit happening next year.
You're large potatoes to me. The only way you're small potatoes is if you're the delicious kind of roasted red potato wedges, high quality and well-beloved Tilda.
Thank you, Rat Queen, for the tip and the potatoes message. I'm trying to figure out what I can do on this line. I know there's something, but the brain is sputtering a little bit. I think it's literally just this. There we go. But I've kind of been realizing, like, oh shit, a lot of the things that I'm, like, working on project-wise, are, like... What's the word? They're coming to a head, in 2022. Some at the start of it, some a little later on, but, like, it was just kind of this moment of realization of, like, oh, well, yeah, maybe things were a bit slow at the end of the year, but, like, the engines are gonna kind of start getting gunned come the new year, so maybe that's okay. It's good to see you, Holly. Oh, that's very kind of you to say. It's good to see you too, Sue. Thanks for stopping on by.
Hi.
Hi!
Usually I can only watch replays, so I thought I'd catch this to donate as a thank you for so many hours of entertainment this year. Have a good 2022.
Oh, that's very kind of you to say, thank you. I'm glad folks are enjoying, the VODs and stuff. You know, partly just because, like, that's the way I end up enjoying most of my streams of other people that I watch, is I end up watching VODs. Thank you, Katie's a slime.
10 months already. Your streams have helped me a lot, especially as I moved out of a shitty home situation last year.
Hey! I'm glad to hear things are, I mean, presumably better. I hope things are better for you at the very least. Thank you very much for that, I appreciate that. It's, heartening to know that, even if it was just in a small little way, the goofy stuff I did helped you get through some stuff. That always feels nice. Oranges are important to eat in late December? Oh god, yeah. Sometimes I'll have this moment of like, oh god, I just feel miserable right now, why is that? And then I realize like, oh fuck! It is winter! seasonal depression, and I just start, like, gunning the fucking OJ and clementines. I had breakfast this morning, and I was like, oh man, this is good, but I feel like I missed something.
Woo. 2022. The year of the gamer. Woo.
I misread that on my screen as the year of the caveman, which is not right. But thank you for the tip, I appreciate that. And I was like, man, breakfast was good, but I feel like I missed something. And I was just like walking by the kitchen, and I had this moment of like, citrus. And I like fucking bolted to the fridge to get a juice. Holly's scurvy moment? No. It's not scurvy. I just forgot to drink an orange juice when I told myself I wanted to. It's not quite the same as scurvy. Hey, Belle, thanks for the raid. Hope you had yourself a good stream today. I think you said you're doing Tekken, right? I hope the Tekken went well. Thank you, Skringus Pingus, for the 16 months.
Hi.
Hi! Appreciate that resub. We're just doing some PIcross, hanging out, having a bit of a chat before we host on over to Scorpy's show. Thank you, Smooth Willis, for the 16 months.
Happy New Year Eve.
Happy New Year's Eve. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gearing up for the very special episode of twitch.tv/hollow_tones. Thank you, Tredacnagigas, for that brand new sub. Appreciate that. Where I, like, you know, turn my chair around and sit down and I'm like,
listen, we all have a lot of fun here. We all like to have a fun time here over on twitch.tv. But you know what's not fun? A serious vitamin C deficiency. Make sure every day you're getting the vitamins and minerals your body needs to stay healthy and strong, so you can do a lot of puzzles and not be dead.
God, I'm trying to remember what it was the other day. There was something that I was, like, reading, and I just had the thought to myself of, like, oh god, all of this just gives me the vibes of a very special episode of, like, a 90s children's cartoon. I didn't mean that in a good way, but it was very funny.
Hi, Holly.
Hi!
Today the new year will be born and we will all turn into Lego minifigures.
What?
I hope the plastic new year is good to you. Happy New Year.
Is that what we're doing? I thought this was the year of the caveman. I thought this was the year of meat. No one told me it was the year of the minifig. I'm learning so much. Man, this is a year of a lot of stuff then, isn't it? They changed their minds? Oh, okay. I see. I see. I'm learning so much. There's some stuff I wanted to talk about on stream, just to sort of like, I think it would be fun to talk about. Think Luigi deserves another go? Listen, I get what you're saying, but every year's the year of Luigi in my heart. You know that one like joke gamer comic that's like,
As far as I'm concerned, all marriage is gay marriage.
It's like that in my head, but for Luigi. You can choose to parse that as in every year is the year of Luigi, or you can choose to parse that as in every Luigi is gay Luigi. Both are right. Both of them are right. What was I even saying before that? Fuck. Suppose that's, maybe one thing that's less of a New Year's resolution and more of a New Year's hope is that, at some point I want to try and put more, time and effort into maybe seeing if I can get some kind of referral with regards to what I'm assuming is ADHD. Get that looked into. Doubt it's likely to happen anytime soon with our healthcare system being what it is. But, you know, it's nice to dream, I suppose.
Invent a new kind of animal.
Okay, you're putting me on the spot here, but I'm up to the challenge. Thank you for the tip. New type of animal name is... Sauceman. And it's the animal that evolved, that specifically is what caused, tomatoes to evolve the way they do. Because it mostly feeds on tomatoes. And what it does is it eats them, and it gets all the nutrients and fiber it needs from the skin, and then it just shits out all of the rest of the tomato as like sauce, but also the seeds are in it, and so the seeds get propagated and like spread around, and that's how meteorologists found the first ever naturally occurring spaghetti sauce. And it revolutionized the world. Peace and love. Mwah. And that's my new animal that I retroactively invented. I hope you like it. If not, we have a strict no refund policy.
Every January I delete my Nintendo avatar. New year. New me. Happy New Year from the UK.
Oh, I get it. That's clever. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate that. This is firewood. Also, it's completely immune to a deadly nightshade. Completely not affected by it. It thinks it's yummy. It's a brave new animal, and it goes around and it's like, oh, I think neurotoxin is fucking yumma. And it doesn't talk.
Sasha 9 Psychonauts.
It doesn't speak any language. Thank you, Cool Bird Chie, for that 9-month resub. Appreciate that. I'm trying to remember. God, there was... I, like, jokingly, in my fucking stream announcement today, I said something about... Are potatoes and tomatoes the same thing? And there was context for that. There was. And I don't remember it. And now I'm thinking about Sauceman. And I'm like, oh, that would have been a great segue. But what the fuck was I talking about? One space, 1, 2, 3, 4, space, 1, 2, space, 1, 2. There we go. I mean, I suppose they are both, like, based off of Nightshade, aren't they? Like, they have some sort of, familial similarity, don't they? Right, I think they're both Nightshade in some way, right? I think that's right. Yeah, peppers and eggplants are also nightshades. Yeah, there's a lot of edible plants what are related to nightshades, which is kind of wild. Thank you, January, for the $10 tip.
Happy New Year. I'm playing 3D PIcross right now.
Hey, hell yeah. Enjoy. I've never tried any of the 3D Pic... Excuse me. I never tried any of the 3D Picrosses, but I've heard they're good. They're both in the nightshade family. Have a friend who's terribly allergic to nightshades and eating is hell for her because of how many foods are in that family. Oh god! Yeah, that's a fucking nightmare, isn't it? Let's check what the crime pays, what botany doesn't. Guy, I gotta watch more of his videos. I've seen, like, a couple of them, and I really, really loved him. Really funny dude. Really knows his stuff, when it comes to botany and stuff. I'm saying that as if I'm some sort of expert. I'm not. I have a very casual interest in like botany and gardening and stuff. By no means am I any sort of expert. My fields of expertise, as it were, are, acting, allegedly computer science and mathematics, but, you know, there's a reason why I haven't really done that in ages. I suppose it is still something I'm interested in, and something I did spend a long time studying, even if I'm, burnt out on it right now, as it were. Let me fill these in.
Happy New Year from Scotland.
Thank you, Ockmorn, for the 6 months. Hey, Happy New Year! Damn, I got viewers in Scotland? Hell yeah. Oh, wait, shit, no, this isn't right. Yes, it is. What am I talking about? Mickey Moravnik for the 10 months. Appreciate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, no. So this would have to be, if this was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, space, 1, 2. One of the best streamers, so of course you get viewers from Scotland, which is the best country. Ayy! That's very kind of you to say, and also I think Scotland is great. I've got a ton of family from there. At least, like, ancestrally. Nowadays, a lot of that family is largely around the Maritimes. But, you know. I always wanted to go to Scotland. There's a network near you called Sexy Dog. Sounds bad. Don't connect to it. That sounds like the kind of like, oh, free Wi-Fi, I should connect to it kind of thing that you, like, sign on to and then you've instantly, had your identity stolen. Man, I remember, I'm pretty sure it was on a PIcross stream a little while ago, and I was talking about how, like, I want to get into more, like, gardening, like, food stuff, especially when I move out. And how I was like, oh, well, I don't know if I want to grow potatoes, just because I know how I can be, and I feel like I would probably end up growing way too many, like, different types of fucking potatoes. And then, immediately after that stream ended, I just kind of had to think for a bit, and I was like, oh, but what if I grew potatoes, though? Thoughts on beans? Beans is fucking great. Love them. Every now and then, I give more thought to, like, if not, like, commit to becoming vegetarian, then at least, like, to try and, cook and eat more vegetarian stuff and, like, get better at making food like that. And, you know, beans is a part of that. Beans is a very, very nutritional food stuff, when you can't have meat for whatever reason. And the good thing is that I think they're fucking delicious, so... fuck yeah. I just saw someone get timed out, and I was like, oh god, do we have a spam bot here? No. That was from someone named Curly Fries Guy linking to a joke site called regularbeaneater.com. Great. I don't know if that's a real site. Don't click on that. There's a reason why links are disabled, but if it is just a bit, it's very funny. No, get rid of that. There we go. Vegetarian substitute meats are getting better and better. Yeah, like, I've tried out, like, the what do they call it? Like, the Beyond stuff, and, like, I thought it was good. I definitely didn't, like, dislike it. I thought it was good, but also, like... I don't know. I think stuff like that is, like, you know, it has value. It's cool that it exists. But, also, part of me is like, well, if I wanted to, like, you know, eat stuff that's, like, vegetarian or vegan, I would, like, also want to try, like, you know, eating stuff that stand on its own merits instead of just, like, stuff that is trying to be meat, you know? Like, that's more of a personal thing than anything, just because I'm kind of like this. But, you know, I tried it, I liked it. I've got, one of my friends, who is it? I think it's Freya, Polycement, MC Nutsack, all of those various aliases that she's got. Sometimes she talks about the various different, like, vegetarian and vegan, eateries, in her area, and, like, a lot of the substitute stuff they have sounds, like, really, really good. Had a curry once that had no meat and was made with beans instead, called dal, and it was fantastic. I've had dal before! That's Indian, I believe. That is... I'm trying to remember exactly what's in that. I think it's lentils? Yeah, it's yeah, like lentils and peas and stuff. And usually that gets, like, curried up. That shit's delicious. Indian food, I think, is, like, a really, really good example, of, like, you know, a sort of cultural cuisine that does a lot of, like, really, really good vegetarian stuff that, like, you know, stands out, rather, like, on its own merits, rather than, like, necessarily trying to just, like, do substitute stuff. Like, because, like, a lot of people in India are vegetarian, I think. I know that's, like, in some of the different, like, religious beliefs there. Vegetarianism and, like, veganism, I think, are, like, you know, parts of that. And so, a lot of the food there has, like, you know, developed around that to meet those needs. And that's, like, really, really neat. I think, like, food history like that, is really interesting, and, like, you know, learning about, not just, like, how to make a dish, but also, like, oh, you know, how and why did this sort of, like, food come about, in the places that it did. One YouTube channel I like to watch that's, good about stuff like that is, Chinese Cooking Demystified, and they do a lot of really good stuff about, like, different, like, regional cuisines in China. Because, you know, China is a very, very big country, and so, like, there are, like, a lot of different regions of it, and, like, there are a lot of different foods in those different regions, and so it's neat. Have I seen their knife? Which knife? As in, like, a knife that they sell, or a knife that they have? Because I'm not remembering specifically, which knife you're talking about, but I feel like I should. I did something wrong on this line. Uh-oh. I think it's supposed to be this. The big-ass knife they purchased? Oh, yeah, isn't it like, one of those knives where it's like, when a lot of people look at it, they're like, oh, that's like a cleaver, that's like a butcher's cleaver, but, like, it's just like a big fuck-off knife, basically, sort of thing. I always thought those knives are cool. Thank you, Trashy Opossum.
Happy year. Thank you for being an inspiration.
Oh, that's very kind of you to say, thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for the tip. Hope you're doing well. Kitchen sword good? I feel like you're probably just talking about a specific type of, of knife, but when I think of kitchen sword, my brain immediately jumps to fucking coconut bread. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean, and if you don't worry about it. Let's see, fill these in. But yeah, food's neat. Which I suppose isn't all that unusual of a view to have. Oh, I know this one! Spamton. That's the one where he like, oh, who calling me? It's my chance to have a big shit. I know that one. I suppose that's a decent enough segue into, what were some games, that y'all enjoyed this year? Because, not only were there, you know, a lot of good video game releases this year, but, like, you know, there's also just a lot of good old video games out there. Deltarune is definitely one for me from this year. Deltarune Chapter 2. 'Twas a good un. I had the idea the other day of like, hey, what if I did like a little write-up, because I want to do some more writing, because it's fun. What if I did a little write-up about like games, what I liked this year? And then I thought about it and I realized, yeah, there's no way I'm getting this done this year. So I figured, I could probably just like try and get it done sometime in early 2022. Worked on that some today, gonna work on that some more tomorrow. Seeing a lot of cool answers. A lot of folks saying Inscription. That's one that I still want to check out. A lot of folks saying Psychonauts. Definitely agree on that. Folks like the Outer Wilds DLC. I liked it a lot. I still have to finish it. I know it sort of falters a little bit around the end, sorta. But I've been enjoying my time with it from what I played of it. I still haven't played what's it called? Oh, Metroid Dread. I still haven't played that one yet. Haven't picked it up myself, but I do kind of want to at some point. I do like me a Metroid. But yeah, I've put together like a little list right now. It's just like in a text file. And then I started like expanding my thoughts on some of the games what I put on there. And so, you know, there's stuff like let me just pull it up right now. You know, I've got Endwalker, which I fucking adored. I thought that was a really great conclusion to sort of like FF14's ongoing plot threads, while also just being a really solid standalone story on its own. Thank you, Len. Isometric SCH for the 19 months.
This would have been earlier, but Endwalker has taken over my life.
I feel that. Don't you worry, I know how that is. Hope you're doing well, Len. Thank you very much. So I really liked that. I really liked Backbone. That was another one that really stuck with me for a while. I streamed that one. I know a lot of folks who, like, played that game were maybe, a little disappointed that, like, the rest of the game wasn't as ambitious as, like, the first chapter was, sort of thing. And, like, they had to scale some of the stuff back from what they originally wanted in, like, their Kickstarter for it. But, like, you can say what you will about, like, what Backbone was as a final product, but, like, at the end of the day, I spent, like... Oh, hang on. Thank you.
Happy New. When would you like to Peach? Love you.
Oh god, I gotta talk to you about Peach soon. But thank you, sis, for the tip. Appreciate that. But, like, say what you will about, like, whatever you, like, want about Backbone, but, like, genuinely, I spent fucking months thinking about that game. Just like, man. And, like, I can't say that about every video game I play, you know? Psychonauts 2 was another really good one. I only ever tried out Psychonauts 1, you know, this year, so I was new to that, and that I thought was super impressive, and then I got to try out 2, and that, like, blew my already very high expectations right out the fucking water, so, you know, that's the good stuff. Game was really, really good. Sort of like I feel like it was like a lot of the times in video games, and like this isn't necessarily like an indictment of any game that does this. I think indictment is the right word, but like, you know, in quite a few video games you will have sort of instances where like the sort of like the writing and the themes they're trying to like explore and like talk about and think about don't necessarily mesh with like the mechanics of it, if that makes sense. Like, it kind of feels like they're at odds with each other, or like they're both just kind of there but don't really sort of like mesh or anything. But like, I feel like Psychonauts does a really good job of sort of like, you know, having those two feel like sort of a, I think congruent is the right word, sort of like a congruent parts of the same whole, rather than just being like, well, this is a video game, but also we are trying to tell a story. It's good. It's very good, and also it's a really fucking good collectathon platformer. Another one, sort of along those lines, is Unpacking, which is like a really, really strong example of like the kind of storytelling you can only really do with a video game.
Thank you for all the streams this 2021.
Hey, sure.
They're a great way to pass the time / steal time at work, and I hope your 2022 is great. Pod.
Thank you very much for the kind words. That was from, I gotta double check, I think that was Patty Caked Up? No, that's a tab about lentils. Hang on. There we go. That was from Patty Caked Up. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, Unpacking is fucking phenomenal. And it's a very cute little puzzle game, and also it's has a very sweet little ending, and that made me cry my fucking eyes out. Think Errant Signal on YouTube talks a lot about that kind of stuff. I have never heard of that person and or channel, but I'll take your word for it. I don't know a lot of the like big name channels that do a lot of sort of like discussions about games and that sort of stuff. I mostly just use YouTube for like videos about like food and drink and gardening, and then when it comes to like you know, like video game sort of like analysis and stuff like that, like I'll watch a thing every now and then, but it's largely just like you know, I'll talk to my friends, I'll listen to like a podcast or two. I like listening to what's it called? Waypoint Radio? I haven't listened to that in a while, but quite liked what bits of it I have listened to over the years. I can't remember how long it's been going for now. Time isn't real. But it does scare me a lot. What's some other games that I sort of really remember liking from this year? Chicory for sure. Chicory: A Colorful Tale was fucking phenomenal. Real good stuff. What else? Dog Airport game. Airport for Aliens, currently run by dogs, which was, I believe, that is the first Xavier Nelson Jr. game I played myself, and is also the game that convinced me, video game-wise, the man can probably do no wrong. Which is why another one that's on my list of, oh god, I want to play this soon, is, Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator, which is another one I've heard a lot of good shit about. So I wanna try and scope that real soon. I bought it in the recent Steam sale, so I've got it. It's just a matter of, like, you know, sitting down and playing it. And, that's the game that a lot of folks probably know from that one post that's like, oh, this game has Kinect support. Is it the ideal way to play it? No. Why would you play it? To challenge God, basically. But I've been sort of following, posts about the making of that game over the past little bit, so I've been following along and been really excited to give it a look. I hope that post encourages people to, like, check out that game. And hopefully isn't just people going like, oh, yeah, funny meme, and then they just, like, you know, don't ever think about it again sort of thing. It kind of makes me sad when that ends up happening. Still thinking about the new war? Oh, hell yeah. I, like, watched someone else play through the new war. For the folks what don't know, that is the sort of, like, latest big narrative update to Warframe, which is a cool game that I like a lot. And I watched someone else play through it just because I knew I wouldn't be able to, like, get myself to a point where I could play through that myself, because you gotta do a little bit of grinding to, like, unlock all the stuff for it. And so, you know, I saw someone else playing through it, and, like, it seemed, like, really, really good. I really liked everything I saw of it. Makes me very excited for the future of that game, both, like, gameplay-wise and narrative-wise. Warframe is basically one of the only sort of, like, big live service games that has ever held my attention, aside from, like, Final Fantasy XIV and RuneScape. And I like what the devs do. I like their product. I want them to have a little bit of walking around money. And, you know, I've liked the things that I've heard about, like it goes to Christmas Future for the 4-month resub.
Speaking of Kinect support, is Scorpy doing anything cool soon?
I mean, in like half an hour, he's doing his New Year's stream. And I've got something on that, so I'm gonna be hosting folks on over that way, when that starts up. I suppose that counts. Thanks for the resub, I appreciate that. But, Scorpy's always doing something cool. Yeah, that's kind of the man's MO, is that, at any given point, he's probably working on something extremely cool. Just smiles serenely and looks at the camera knowingly. But yeah, Warframe's a dope game. I like that it's like, oh, you know, we've got, like, big events that happen for, like, seasonal stuff, or, like, cycling out, like, you know, community events sort of thing. And we've got our sort of, battle pass equivalent, where, like, you can, you know, go in and do, like, daily and weekly stuff and get rewards for it, and then, like, at the same time, the game feels like it's, like, very deliberately designed to, sort of curb the whole fear of missing out garbage. Like, I kinda can't stand that shit in games. When I, like, see and hear about stuff that's like, oh, you better play now, this stuff is for a limited time only, or it's gone forever, it just kinda makes me go, okay, I don't want to engage with your video game anymore. Goodbye! Happy New Year, Carnolius. Hope you're having a good time in the future. And Warframe seems like it's very deliberately designed to, like, avoid that. Thank you, Flam, for the 8-month resub.
Here's to a better 2022.
Here's hoping.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's sort of like, you know, we'll have stuff that's, like, up for, like, a limited-ish time, and it's like, you know, if you get this stuff out while, like, this thing is, like, live and new, you'll be able to get it and, like, have, exclusive access to it for a little bit, and then eventually we cycle it back into the game in, like, other ways, so that if you ever miss out on it, like, it's not gone forever and you can get it eventually. which I'd very much appreciate. I don't know. I like when games, even when they are games that's like, oh, this is like a free-to-play game, and so, you know, the way you can engage with a lot of stuff is you toss some money our way to help us support server costs, or, you know, stuff ends up a bit time-gated. Like, I get why that happens, but, like, I do appreciate, thank you, Boxterquaw, for the 13 months.
Heck yeah, PIcross, 13 months, and New Year's Eve.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that in a game like Warframe that, you know, does that. Even when it does that, like, it still feels like it respects my fucking time as a human being, you know? Oh, yeah, another great thing. Ages and ages ago, in, like, the early days of Warframe, there was a glitch called coptering, where, like, you could do, like, a weird spin with, like, a certain melee weapon or something, and it would, like, give you, like, weird momentum that would just fucking propel you. And so the devs looked at that, and they went, okay, well, this obviously isn't intentional. We have to deal with that in some way. But, players are using this in, like, some really, really interesting ways. To, like, you know, do, like, really cool movement tech that's, like, really satisfying and works really well with, like, our vision for the video game. So what if we remove, like, this specific coptering thing, but reintroduce this mechanic in a different way so that just fucking everyone can do it, as part of their, like, base mechanical stuff, and then we design new things in the video game around the fact that people can do this. And that's bullet jumping, where, like, you can crouch and then hit jump, and you'll get this massive boost of, like, speed and momentum in whatever direction you're looking, and it is, like, some of the coolest fucking movement, in a shooter I've ever played. Warframe in general has, like, some wicked fucking good, like, crazy movement stuff you can do, which is really funny, because it's also just, like, a free-to-play third-person loot shooter. And then it also just has, like, this really, like, a lot of, like, really in-depth, interesting mechanical stuff. And I saw someone else mention, like, yeah, they do, like, they just straight up, like, don't obfuscate, like, oh, who knows how, like, hard it is to get, like, this item, it's super rare, ooh! They're just like, oh, yeah, by the way, here is, like, an entire, just, like, drop table with, like, exact percentages, and it's automated so that, like, anything that gets added new to the game just is, like, updated automatically on here, so you can check it out there, and know exactly, like, what the percentages of getting a certain thing. Like, that's fucking awesome. Also, the stuff I've heard about, like, Digital Extremes as a company, and the folks that, like, you know, work on the video game, and, you know, you can't take my word as gospel, I don't know any of these people personally, and, this is all just based on hearsay, but, like, I don't know. It sounds like they're good people that care about, like, their employees and stuff, so that always makes me happy to hear. So yeah, Warframe, good game. I like it. I didn't play a ton of it this year, but I played some of it this year. I like it. Warframe is definitely one of the better live service games up with 14. Strong agree. Very, very strongly agree with that. Another one that I started playing recently is Deep Rock Galactic. And, it's kind of a live service game, sorta. And, like, recently, with their, like, most recent sort of big update they did, they introduced, like, their own sort of version of a battle pass type of thing. And, it's, like, completely free. There's no, like, paid track of it or anything. And, they were very clearly and very explicitly like, yeah, so the battle pass stuff is, like, up for a limited time. And then we eventually cycle it out as we change our quote-unquote seasons. But if there's ever anything you don't get on it, there'll be ways to get it through the video game, later on. And that's the shit you love to hear. And, you know, I don't have a ton of experience with Deep Rock Galactic. I really like what I've played so far, though. And it is, like, really funny looking at the Steam page, and, like, they have a bunch of DLC and it's all cosmetic, and, like, usually when, like, you look at stuff like that for a game, you'll see a bunch of the reviews being super negative, like, oh, this looks ugly, I don't like this, the cost is weird, the devs are, like, trying to nickel and dime us for dumb skins or whatever, and, like, people get kind of aggro about that. And then I look at the reviews for the Deep Rock Galactic ones, and literally every single review, for those skins is like, I don't even care about the skins, I just bought this because I want to give the developers more of my money, and it's like, if you've got that happening, I feel like you're doing something right, you know? What's some other games? What's some other games what I checked out this year that I thought was good? Monster Hunter Rise was this year, wasn't it? I thought that was like last year for some reason. It was this year. My god. Feels like a lifetime ago.
I goofed up this sub-message, so let's try again.
Okay.
I'm glad to have been part of this lovely community so far, and I've found some of my favorite games of the year through your streams.
Oh.
Here's to many months more.
Well, that's real kind of you to say. Thank you. Thank you very much, Nightmare Judge. I appreciate that. Thanks for the sub. Hope you're doing well. Rise was fucking great. I'm the big Monster Hunter enjoyer. And, I thought, like, a lot of the additions they made to Rise, like, were just straight up like, oh, okay, this is awesome. If they don't include this in future games, I'm going to be fucking miserable. Like, the changes and additions they made to Rise were that good that it's like, okay, I really hope this is the standard for Monster Hunter now. Just really, really good stuff. Very excited for, the expansion. Really looking forward to that. Echoes of the Eye was a thing that kind of counts. I guess it's probably been brought up. Yeah, it came up a little bit earlier. I personally really liked what I played of Echoes of the Eye. I haven't finished it. And I have a bunch of friends who did, and, like, some of their opinions ranged from, like, oh, I didn't like it, to, like, I thought it was pretty good, but it doesn't quite, like, hit the same as, the base game, like, on its own does. And, like, I get that. When it's, like, when you have a game that is about, you know, like, exploring, like, an entire huge...
Water.
Thank you, Sand, for the sand. Like, exploring an entire large, world and, like, finding different clues in, like, different places that key into, like, things that you can figure out in other places, and having this sort of, like, really big, interconnected experience like that, I can definitely understand, like, it maybe faltering a little bit, when, you release a DLC that, you know, was developed in, like, 2 or 3 years or whatever instead of 10 years, and B, you know, is focused entirely on one area instead of, like, many different interconnected areas, but, like, I feel like that's reasonable, criticism of it to have, but also I just really fucking enjoyed what I played of it so far. I gotta do more of that someday. My one worry that I have is that, like, at the point that I left off, I'm worried that I've completely forgotten, everything I was doing and, like, the places that I needed to go. So that's gonna be a hell of a time trying to figure that out again. Yeah, I cannot wait to see what Mobius Games, like, works on next. Very excited. Like, I have to wonder, if the next thing they're working on is gonna be, like, something sort of in the vein of Outer Wilds, or if they're gonna try and do something completely different, and, like, either way, like, both of those thoughts are very exciting to me. Outer Wilds did much better than Deathloop. I did not play Deathloop. I had a bunch of friends, who, like, played Deathloop, And when they were like first starting out with it, they were all like, "Oh man, yeah, this game is great. I'm having a blast with it." And by the time they got to the end of it, they were just kind of like, it was okay, I guess. Which is interesting. I always have to wonder, like, when it comes to, like, folks having experiences like that, I always have to wonder, like, what is it that, like, you know, makes them sour on it, in the end? Is it, like, because it dragged on too long? Is it because it did some weird bullshit, like, in, like, the last little bit of it or whatever? I didn't get any specifics because I was trying to avoid spoilers, but, like, you know, just in case I wanted to check it out myself. Still not sure if I want to, but, it's always interesting when that happens, I think. There we go. Sad when things don't stick the landing? I mean, yeah, but that doesn't mean, like, the journey itself isn't worth it at all, you know? Even if it could have been slightly better. I need a drink of water. Did we mention Chicory yet? I did, like, briefly. I fucking love Chicory. But it's the kind of game where, like, if I want to, like, talk about it, I really gotta sit down and try and think of, like, exactly what I want to say to, like, do it justice. If you know what I mean. I fucking love that game. I want to, like, make sure I say exactly what it was about it that, like, I loved as much as I did. Which is part of why I want to do this sort of, like, little writing experiment that I'm working on. Did I ever play Monster Hunter Stories? I did not. I have some friends that did, and I heard some mixed stuff about it. But it does seem neat. Still haven't played Chicory? Oh, it's fucking great. Oh, you gotta play Chicory. Forgotten City. Forgotten City's interesting. I have some friends, including you, Catherine, who, like, really, really, like, adore the game. And then I have some friends who just, like, thought it was garbage. And so it's the kind of thing where it's like, man, I wonder why the, like, opinions of it are as, like, as like, extremely different, like, as, like, that as they are. I kind of want to check it out for myself. What you usually say about Chicories, it's a beautiful game about a silly little dog with a magic paintbrush, and it made you feel hope as feverishly as anything ever has. Yeah, it's very good about that. Thank you, Mir and Mary, for that 2-month resub. Appreciate that, appreciate that. I think that's kind of like a recurring thing with a lot of the games and stories that, like, really, really resonated with me this year. Stories about, like, hope, but not so much the sort of, like, oh, everything will get better, so simply just smile and grit your teeth and it'll all be fine, but, like, just you know, stories about going, like, yeah, shit fucking sucks sometimes, it's hard, but, like, you know, we're there for each other. And we're there to try and make sure, we're there to try and, like, make things better. And maybe the trying is what matters. The fact that we're still trying is what matters. Stories like that. Chicory had that. Endwalker had that. Celeste kinda had that. Celeste was one that I played, this year. Not a new game, but
Paradise Killer I think was this year, and maybe Sayonara Wild Hearts, but, like, definitely Sable was so pretty.
Paradise Killer is one that I haven't played yet. Sayonara Wild Hearts is not from this year, but it fucking rules. Sable is great. I need to play more of it. Have I played Omori? No, and I never will, because I have heard and seen a lot of things about the person that made that game, and I want nothing to do with it. And I will leave it at that, so that, I don't start some, like, weird fucking discourse about something that I'm not super knowledgeable about. I know things based on, like, hearsay from people I trust, and hearing that is enough to make me go, okay, no thanks. There we go. What else? What else? I said Deltarune already. Paradise Killer wasn't for you, but its soundtrack was fantastic. God, yeah, Paradise Killer, looks so great in so many ways. I really want to check that out. Was Going Under this year? I don't think it was. I think Going Under was last year, but I did play it this year, so it is on my list for stuff from that I'm going to be talking about, just because, you know, the list isn't exclusively stuff from 2021.
Best store and web tour this year. Yeah. Yep,
I'm gonna get to that in a sec. Thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. But you know, my thought about things is that, you know, if a game like Among Us, from like several years ago, can win more recent Game of the Year awards, and like, don't get me wrong, completely justified. That it does, considering, you know, the sort of sensation that game is and was, and, like, how it sort of really only came into that, you know, like, fairly recently. So completely deserved and justified, but also, like, if that then can be considered for, like, Game of the Year sort of talks or whatever, then, like, why not just fucking talk about anything that you played this year, you know? And so that's kind of what I want to do, is I'm gonna, like, break down the thing into, like, sections of, oh, this is stuff that was from 2021. This is stuff that isn't, but that I, like, still checked out and that I liked a lot.
Thanks so much for the laughs this year, and thank you for introducing me to incredible games like Psychonauts and Dicey Dungeons.
Hey, I'm glad that I could sort of, you know, share some cool stuff, and, you know, bring a...
Thank you for play game.
I'm trying to think of how to fucking word any of this in a way that makes sense and is good, but just, you know, thank you for the tip. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad that the stuff we do over here has brought you some happiness. And thank you as well. Who was that other one from? That was from Coolbird. Thank you very much. Oh god, fucking Job from Jackbox. I gotta put that on the list. I gotta put that on the fucking list right now. I'm literally putting that down right now. Job from Jackbox. Fuck. Every time I think about that game and just how, like the Jackbox different packs, like, I think they're good overall. Some of the individual games in them, like, can be hit or miss. But, like, man, when a Jackbox game is good, it's really fucking good. And I think, Job specifically is, like, the single Jackbox game that has, had the highest percentage of, oh god, this is making me laugh so hard, I think I'm going to throw up or pass out. Oh, man. You ever play a game with your friends that makes you laugh so hard you get scared? That's Job. Some other stuff to talk about. Webbed, which is a very cute platformer with, like, a really good central mechanic of just, like, grappling around. If you like grappling hooks and platformers, you should fucking play Webbed. It's about a cute little spider, but if you have issues with arachnophobia, there's like a slider that you can press that makes it less of a spider and more of just a little blob. Did I ever play Carrion? I did not. I watched Wayne play it, and I liked what I saw of it there. Maybe I'll play it someday. But I haven't played it as of right now.
Sorry, did you say Among Us?
Another one that I really liked was Death's Door, which was sort of a, like, isometric, action game, very much inspired by, like, the Souls games. Really, really solid, action game. Liked it a lot. Neat little story, about, you know, collective action, basically. And also dying. And also soup. And having a pot for a head. And, I remember I got 100% completion in that game, and I was just, like, fucking blown away. This is technically spoilers for Death's Door in a very oblique way that kind of tells you nothing. But I was kind of blown away by getting 100% in that game, and your reward for that is the game basically just sits you down and tells you, hey, thanks for playing Death's Door. By the way, this game this whole time has secretly been a sequel to our previous game, Titan Souls. And I remember just sitting there thinking, like, what the fuck? And then, like, thinking back about everything that I know about Titan Souls, which I haven't played, but which I have, like, watched a lot of other folks play over the years. And thinking back on all of that, and then just realizing, wait, son of a bitch, it totally is! Fuck! Death's Door's made by those guys? Uh-huh! It's the Titan Souls team! And when you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, going through the game, it was very much like, oh yeah, I can see a lot of, like, how, the ways this game is designed, is built on the bones of, like, what, Titan Souls was. And then sort of, like, you know, recontextualized into a different sort of action game. But it was very much like, oh yeah, this totally tracks that this was made by the same team. And, like, even seeing some of the, like, little collectibles in that game and being like, oh yeah, this is cute. This seems like a little nod towards Titan Souls. Huh, that's funny. And then getting to the end of the game and just being like, son of a bitch, it wasn't just an Easter egg. Fuck. I've seen a lot of folks talk about Spiritfarer. Spiritfarer is great. I fucking love Spiritfarer. I'm not going to be talking about it on my list just because I played it last year, and I haven't checked out any of the new stuff they've added recently. So, you know, not something I so much experienced in 2021, but man, Spiritfarer is fucking good. Spiritfarer is a great video game. I felt really bad, because, I was like, oh man, Spiritfarer is, like, a really cool game, I loved it a lot, and, the devs, like, reached out to me at one point, like, recently-ish, and they were like, hey, you know, thanks for streaming our game, we really liked, like, the stuff that you did, would you like exclusive early access to, like, our complete edition of the game so that you can, like, show off, like, the new stuff early on stream? And it was like, I really want to, but I don't have the time or energy for this right now, but thank you. I don't know, the fact that they, like, reached out and offered it all is, like, I don't know, it made me very happy. I wanted to cry.
Also, thank you for introducing me to A Minute of Violence.
Oh, Minute of Violence is great.
About it and crying touched me so deeply, and I wouldn't know about it if it wasn't for your playthroughs.
Oh, that game is fucking phenomenal. Yeah, that's another really good one, from this year. Man, Minute of Violence is kind of in the Chicory camp where it's like, yeah, I really liked this game. It, like, hit me really hard. I have to sit down for a real long time and think about exactly how I want to word, like, how and why that game meant what it meant to me. Man, the really good stuff. If you have not checked out that game, I really, really implore you to look into it. It is, as they say, the good shit. Haven't finished Solar Ash yet, but wait. Solar Ash is out? What? You're fucking with me, right? What? What the fuck? This came out December 2nd? What the fuck? God damn! Oh, no wonder I didn't hear about it. It came out, like, the day before fucking Endwalker Early Access did, so I was too busy thinking about Final Fantasy. That's why I didn't hear about it. God damn! Oh, son of a bitch, that'll do it to you, won't it? Solar Ash I have been looking forward to for a long goddamn time. Hyper Light Drifter, is one of my favorite video games ever. And I have been so fucking excited for this sort of, like, spiritual successor follow-up sort of thing. So, I gotta play it. I gotta play it so bad. I don't know when, but, you know, someday I will. So this will go here. We're getting real close to 8 o'clock, so this is probably gonna be the actual final Picross of 2021. Gotta write down all these games. Hey, if you want it to be any easier on you, I am, straight up gonna be, like, putting out, like, a list of these on Twitter at some point soon. That's not right. Hang on. But then that can't be 3. I'm gonna restart this one. Have we gone over Wandersong yet? Did I play Wandersong this year? I thought I did that last year. Wandersong is great. But it's not from this year, and I don't think I played it this year? I thought that was 2020. But Wandersong fucking rules. And you should check it out if you have not. What time is it at this point anymore? It is exactly 8 p.m. EST. Or Eastern, or EDT, or whatever the fuck it is. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. Played it at the start of the year? Huh. I swear it was last year. But yeah, Wandersong's fucking great. Absolutely adored that game. Wandersong and Chicory are interesting in that they're both, you know, games made by the same, not the exact same team, but, like, you know, they were both led by, Greg Lobanov. I hope I got his name right. On the off chance that you're somehow listening, Greg, I'm sorry for butchering your name, I think. Unless I didn't, in which case, you can ignore that. But,
Nope. Some other games of note that Holly probably hasn't played but are worth mentioning: Fuga Melodies of Steel, Ratchet and Clank, Inscription, Funny Freddy Fazbear Funny Scare.
I want to play Inscription at some point. I've heard of Memories of Steel. I do not have a PlayStation, and I want nothing to do with Five Nights at Freddy's because I do not want my money to go to Scott Cawthorn. But yeah, what was I saying? It's neat! Chicory and, Wandersong both being, you know, games sort of led by the same, or at least very similar teams. And, like, largely being about sort of, the same, like, overall, large-scale idea, but, like, you know, saying what they say, in very different ways, and also having their own unique things to say. I really like that.
For moths. Yippee.
I think that's, like, really cool. This has gotta be a 1. This is 2. Fuga Memories of Steam is on, or Memories of Steel is on Steam, I'm pretty sure. That's the game where it's like you're playing as a bunch of like youngins and like a super tank together, and there's like a fucking button you can use if you're like in a really bad situation, where you can burn one of the children and kill them forever to fire the super tank or something. Or am I thinking of a different game? I don't remember if that's the same game or not. So I know there's definitely a game like that. But it might be a different game than that. That's the one? Fuck yeah. I remember hearing, you know, it has like a really sort of interesting story. And also it just has the fucking mechanic where, like, if you're in complete dire straits and you need to get out of a bad scenario, like, one of the children living in your super tank can just decide, okay, I'm going to give my life so the rest of you can live, and it's like, wow, that's really fucking bleak! Huh! But also, given, like, how many people I've heard, like, sing the game's praises, it, like, I guess they handled that in an interesting way, so... Also, thank you, Morgley, for that resub, and thank you, Cyan, for the resub as well!
Happy New Year, Smiles.
Thank you very much. Somehow the general story and atmosphere make it even worse than it sounds. Wow! That's impressive, because it already sounds like a really dire fucking option in your video game, like, damn! Okay, this is like the shit's gone really bad button, isn't it? It's not on, like, my immediate sort of radar or anything, but I've heard good things about it, so, you know, maybe someday. I did just see Scorpy went live, so, you know, if y'all want to file on over there, y'all can feel free, but I do want to finish this last puzzle before I do wrap up the stream myself, so, you know, you got your options. This really was just meant as like a pre-show hangout and chat sort of thing, so if you're tuning out for now, hey, thanks for stopping on by. Have a happy new year. I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you enjoyed the thing I made for it, and I hope you enjoy the things that everyone else made for it. I'm gonna keep talking about games I liked. Thank you, Magpiding, for the 20 months. Appreciate that.
Huh? What?
Wow.
Wow, New Year's already. December been a shit to me this year, but I'm excited for what's to come. And thanks, Holly, for helping make rough days better. Smile.
Oh, that's kind of you to say. Thank you very much, and thank you for tuning on in, and for your support. And you know, I appreciate the whole, oh yeah, thanks for making my life a little brighter in your own small way sort of messages, but, you know, you always gotta remember, the streams wouldn't be what they are without people like you, so, you know, thank you for tuning on in and making my life a little brighter. Did I talk about Sable? Very briefly, I fucking love Sable, is basically the long and short of it. I can't really talk too in-depth about it because I haven't beaten it yet, but, man, Sable is a fucking experience. Real good sort of game. Thank you, Brackens, for that 5 months. What was another one I wanted to talk about?
Thanks for telling me the death stories by the Titan Souls devs. Installing it now.
Ha! Fuck yeah! Death's Door is fucking great. It is like one of my favorite action-y games from this year. It is so much fun. God, there was this one game that I wanted to mention. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Moths.
Thank you, Moth Critter, for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Sewer Rave! Fucking Sewer Rave. Sewer Rave is great. And, you might think, oh, but Sewer Rave isn't from 2021.
Yeah, but you know it is from 2021, the Steam port, baby.
And you might be thinking, but Holly, you said you played the game before. You didn't play it this year. And my response is, too fucking bad. Go play Sewer Rave. It's great. Do yourself a favor. It's like, what, $5 on Steam? You can get it on itch as well. It's a good time. It's worth your money. Thank you, Anonymous.
Being a wonderful person.
That's $40.59. That's exceedingly generous of you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. What is it? It's a house? A factory? It's a factory. You've never heard of Sewer Rave? Oh my god, Sue, you gotta check out Sewer Rave. It's really good. It's really good. I really like it. And the dev behind Sewer Rave, Autumn, I believe that's their name. I hope I'm getting it right. I'm always embarrassed because I have a hard time remembering people's names. So apologies if I have gotten their name wrong. I believe that the online handle is Slitherpunk. They are working on a couple of new games that I am very much looking forward to. There's something I maybe could say, but I don't know if I should, about one of them. But all I will say is, I hope you're looking forward to it, and I'm gonna smile serenely at the camera. But, yeah, that was the last PIcross of 2021. It was a factory. Watched a streamer play Sewer Rave yesterday and Slitherpunk was in chat manipulating the game. I have, like, thought about, streaming, Sewer Rave, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna end up doing it just because I'm shy, but I have thought of the idea of, asking them if they maybe wanted to, like, you know, come on the mics and I can talk to them about, like, you know, the making of the game and stuff like that, because I think that might be interesting. I'll, I don't know, maybe I'll hit them up about it at some point, but I'm shy. So. But yeah, that's gonna be it for my stream tonight. I hope you enjoyed the final PIcross of 2021. I hope you're looking forward to tomorrow, because at like noon or maybe 1 Eastern tomorrow, we're going to be doing the first PIcross of 2022. So please look forward to that. Oh shit, thank you, Ratquing. I appreciate that. I'm going to keep the intro short. Or the outro short, rather, I suppose. Because, I got to skedaddle. I want to watch Scorpy stream. It has already started. So we're going to get that raid going. Thank you, Mossfish, for the 16 months. I appreciate that.
Happy New Year's, everyone.
So, I'm gonna be a little sappy for a sec, but I'm gonna try and keep it a little, abbreviated, I suppose. But, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you for all the subs, all the tips, all the bits. I do really appreciate your generosity and support. Not just today, not just this month, but, like, all throughout, the year. 2021 was kind of, a weird year, in a way. For me and a lot of people, I reckon. And I do not feel ashamed in saying that it wore me down, because I feel like it did that to most folks.
May this new year be kind and gentle to you.
Thank you, Radquing. I appreciate that. But, all the same, even if the stuff I was able to, like, you know, work on and put out there, I didn't get to do all the things I wanted to do, and I wasn't able to, you know, do it with quite the same level of like, you know, gumption and chutzpah for all of it that I really wanted to. But that's okay. At the end of the day, you know, I was able to do some cool streams. I was able to put on some nice shows. I was able to work on some cool things with cool people. And I hope... I mean, I reckon you all enjoyed it, given how you're all still here, but, you know, just, thank you for the encouragement, and for, you know, again, I see a lot of folks always being like, oh yeah, thanks for, like, the stuff that you do, it, you know, it brings happiness to my life sometimes, and it's like, well, y'all being here, or, you know, checking out the VODs, or just, you know, hanging out in the Discord, or various things like that. Various means of, like, you know, being a part of the community. Whether you're a big part or you just stop in sometimes, no matter what. Thanks for the support in 2021. I really appreciate it. And thank you for helping to make this little corner of the internet one of my favorites, I suppose. I've got some pretty big things in 2022 that I can't rightly talk about yet. And so I hope you're looking forward to all that. And you know, streams as well. Hopefully I can get back into the swing of doing those more regular soon. And I hope you're looking forward to that as well. But, yeah. Maybe this is... maybe this is where I just wrap things up before I get too choked up and start making a fool of myself, even more than I already have. But, thank y'all, for the support over the year. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. And here's hoping 2022 is, kinder to all of us. And if not, then, here's hoping we can all do what we can to make it kinder. I just remembered I have to play Bros. I have to play Bros again this coming year, 2022. So, never fucking mind. Year's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a bad fucking year. Thank you, Full Cap, for the 16 months. I appreciate that. And, my, resolutions for 2022 is I'm gonna try and get better about reaching out to friends and stuff. I'm gonna try and get better about reaching out to, like, folks who do and make things that I enjoy, because, you know, it's always nice to have someone be like, hey, I like this thing that you made. I'm gonna try to get back into running more. This is less of an actionable thing I can work towards given the state of the world. But I'm gonna hope that I can, you know, get moving plans sorted. And, also, fucking voice work. I want to try and do more proper voice work in 2022. That's one of my big hopes. On that note, I'm smiling happily at the camera. Please look forward to a couple things. Again, I can't talk about shit, but... Got a punching bag for 2022? Fuck yeah, I'm slugging it right here with you, Sue. You know, I have at least a couple of things in the docket related to that I'm very much excited for. Holly VTuber? Nah, I'm not really interested in that, at least not at this venture. You know, never say never, but, it's not something that really interests me very much, personally. But yeah. I'm looking forward to 2022. And, you know, I'm not just in the sense of, you know, I hope you're looking forward to the things that I'm gonna try and make and work on with folks, but, you know, in general, I hope y'all are looking forward to next year, and I hope it's good to all of us. I said I was gonna keep this brief, and then I fucking didn't. Let's go, Raid Scorpy. Let's go, Raid Scorpy. Thank y'all very much for tuning in again. I'll be live again tomorrow around, probably noon or 1 Eastern, something like that. We're gonna do a little more PIcross. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Blah, blah, I can't speak. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. That's what I meant to say. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and taking care of the folks around you. Here's hoping next year is a good one. I hope to see you again soon.